Welcome back. Episode 2 of the Mastermind series here at One Leg. Here's a second reason not to do this. You've got too many of those added costs. The little things add up and they're not the leads. They're not the sales. You've got workers' comp and liability. Just think about this. You're sending people door to door, walking miles every day in neighborhoods. They could trip, they could fall, they could injure themselves, they could get bitten by dogs. Okay? Your workers' comp and your liability is going to shoot up the roof if you're one of those unlucky companies that happen to experience this. Okay? On top of that, you've got the upkeep of the vans, the cars, the safety, the gear, the wellness. Okay. How are you going to transport a team of canvassers unless you buy a van? Okay. That means maintenance. That means buying an actual vehicle or a van and then making sure that somebody's able to go and drive that every day to safely transport your canvassers. Okay, picking them up, okay, bringing them to a different location. There's gas, there's mileage. Then you've got safety gear, those, vests that they have to wear, the hats, okay. All of these things is exacerbated, or the purchasing of it is exacerbated because of the fact that you also have this high turnover, right? The first top reason why it's crappy to do canvassing. When you've got high turnover, you're going to have to buy more of these gears and you're going to have to go and constantly try to replace these things. Okay. Wellness. You're going to make sure that your canvassers are hydrated. Okay. There's medical kits in the vans. Okay. Or in the vehicles. Sometimes you do have to purchase food. Okay. Not all the time, but I would say it's a good idea if you want to keep the wellness of your canvassers and you want to keep them a tip-top shape. Now, just think about this. If you're in a neighborhood and you're canvassing with your group of half a dozen canvassers and it's lunchtime, where are they going to get their food? What if they didn't prepare food that day? You're going to have to drive them to a plaza or a restaurant or a place where they can purchase the food and then drive back to the same location that you guys are canvassing to continue that particular activity. It's a lot of effort, right? Now you've got uniforms, badges, and licenses. Uniforms, just think about it. It's not a good idea to have canvassers walking around neighborhoods in the civilian gear. Most companies will have uniforms from them, whether it's hats, their shirts, their pants, their shoes, okay, their vests, all of these things. And again, when you have high turnover, it's pretty disgusting if you're just going to go and recycle, the clothing and the gear that other people have used, and now they're no longer with you, and now you're giving it to the new people that you just hired. That's pretty disgusting. And as well as it's just inefficient. Okay, so now you're going to have to buy new clothing. You're going to have to worry about, people's sizes. The badges and the licenses. Every city has different codes and, different rules and policies. You're going to have to go and figure that out. And some cities, they require that you register your canvassers. Just think about that. You're going to have to re-register new people all the time because, again, you have that high turnover, right? You're experiencing that. Then if you are getting past all of those, there's this added cost of technology, cell phones, mobile devices. How are your canvassers going to, get the leads to their call centers to be able to schedule appointments or make those sales? Think about that. You've got the tablets or iPads. You're going to have to pay for software. Okay. Now, if you're one of those companies that don't do that and you basically just use pen and paper, okay, same thing. You're going to have to buy clipboards. Things get lost, okay, they doodle on it, you're going to constantly have to go and supply them with those particular material. And lastly, I think, and this is important, right, and a lot of companies don't even think about is privacy and security of information and data, right? You could get sued, or people could go and write bad reviews when they start to realize that you're picking up their information and you're not securely transferring this where it's encrypted or where no one else can see it. Canvassers go knock on doors. They pick up this personal information from homeowners or from, customers. And if they're writing it down, they're keeping that information with them. If they're putting it on a tablet, right, and they don't have a Wi-Fi signal, guess where that information stays? It stays within their tablet. It stays within their phone. Do you really think that people like it, that their information is sitting with a stranger, with someone that just not happened to knock on their door? Not a good thing. And again, those costs will add up.